The Echoes of Women in Africa Initiatives (EWA), a non-governmental organization focused on advancing the rights and well-being of women and girls across Africa, paid an advocacy visit to the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice of Edo State. The visit was to engage the Ministry of Justice on the importance of legislative action and political will to support the passage of the Women Economic Justice and Empowerment Bill submitted to the EDHA in 2022. The bill seeks to address the high poverty rates among women in Edo State by advocating for inclusive economic policies and gender equality in economic opportunities. BTV News Best Orator has the report.
Speaking on the purpose of the visit by members of the Advocates Economic Justice for Women in Edo State, the team leader said the visit was to engage the Ministry of Justice on the need for legislative backing and political will to support the passage of a bill on women economic justice and empowerment aimed at addressing the poverty level of women in Edo State. The EWA delegation was led by Dr. Louisa, the executive founder of the initiative, along with key members of the board, as well as the permanent secretary, Ministry of Women Affairs, Mrs. Joy Henseke, gender rights activist, among others.
Against on women, and of course to reduce discrimination against women and girls. So it's being in tandem with local, national, and international laws. Sir, all over the world, women economic justice is a narrative, whether by the World Bank, whether by the IMF, whether by funders, by the EU. So it is a high time that we connect to that vision. And this bill, when passed into law, will be the first of its kind in Edo State. And we know that Edo is the heartbeat of Nigeria. And when it starts from Edo State, we know that other states will follow and copy us.
The team presented a well-researched policy brief which outlined gender disparity in economic participation, current statistics showing the low percentage of women in formal employment, access to credit and poverty ownership, review of existing laws and customary practices that restrict women's economic rights in the states, creating state-backed economic support programs for women entrepreneurs, and enforcing non-discriminatory hiring and workforce policies, among others.
So, sir, the Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development, they are in charge of this administration of the bill when it becomes a law. This bill was submitted as an individual bill. So we are here to see that with your help, it becomes an executive bill so that we can get it passed into law and we hit the ground running on ensuring that no woman in Edo State is poor. The major goal is to reduce poverty for women in Edo State with the following objectives. The bill will be a legal framework when it becomes a law on economic justice and empowerment for women in Edo State. It is to involve women in entrepreneurship in small-scale businesses in the state, involve women as producers.
The Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Samson Raphael Osagie, expressed appreciation for the advocacy. He mentioned to the group about the passion that the governor has for women in Edo State. He said Governor Monday Okpebholo has released the sum of 1 billion naira for market women and traders in the state, even without the advocacy bill. He promised that the request will be looked into.
When a bill comes before the parliament, it is for the parliament to first of all discuss the general principles in the second reading, the merits and the demerits. It's not going to be enough to make every Edo woman financially independent, as you said it in this bill, but it is a very laudable step that the government is already demonstrating to achieve the major purpose of this bill. And I want to say that you continue on this advocacy to all stakeholders. So I want to say that I am in total support of the economic empowerment of Edo women. And that will include my mother, my sisters, my daughters, my siblings, my brothers and sisters, all Edo women. And what that means for the Edo people is going to be a great one.
In an interview, the Honorable Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice, Dr. Samson Raphael Osagie, said if this same advocacy visit can be extended to the local government legislatures up to the State House of Assembly that makes the final decision, then the bill becoming a law is inevitable.
This group, Echoes of Nigerian Women, have come to solicit for a bill for women empowerment, economic empowerment of women. And my position is that advocacy can get the same result as the bill. Let them go to the local government councils, reach out to policy makers, lawmakers in every nook and cranny of the state. Now and then, eventually, if the House of Assembly that has the powers to make law for the peace, order, and good governance of the state, deems it necessary to pass the bill into law, it becomes a law. Governor Monday Okpebholo, even without this bill, is already carrying out empowerment of women in Edo State.
Also, the founder of Echoes of Women in Africa initiative said she believes in the ministry's intervention on the bill and also trusts that the governor of Edo State, Senator Monday Okpebholo, who is already providing the right initiatives for the good of Edo people without the advocacy, will support women's dream in the state.
Today we paid an advocacy visit to the Honorable Commissioner for Justice and Attorney General of Edo State to get his buy-in into our advocacy on a bill submitted to the Edo State House of Assembly on women economic justice and empowerment since 2022. So today we came to present the bill to him to get his support, because when we initially submitted it, it was an individual bill. But now we want it to become an executive bill owned by the Edo State Ministry of Women Affairs and Social Development as an organization that strengthens government efforts, especially the women-related ministries. The government is driving towards women economic justice, and we commend the state government for that effort so far without advocacy.
The advocacy visit marked a significant step towards the campaign for economic justice and empowerment for women. EWA reaffirms its commitment to ensuring that the voice of African women are not only heard but translated into impactful legislative change. With the support of key government actors such as the Ministry of Justice, the pathway towards economic justice for women becomes clearer and more achievable. Best Orator reporting for BTV News.